Life. It goes by fast. And in the blink of an eye, it's gone. Before I blinked, I was going to ride my bicycle across the United States and help some people along the way. Ride along with me and my wife Kathy as we tell our ride story. We're Perry and Kathy Kuzner. We live in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, about 75 miles east of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. On December 19th, 2024, I retired from my professional engineering career. Kathy was already semi-retired as a nurse educator. For us, this meant more time to do the things that we wanted to do. I have always enjoyed bicycling. Many years ago, I found a bicycling blog site that featured stories about people riding their bicycles across the United States. Imagine doing that. Well, I did imagine that for years, but my professional career did not allow for that kind of time off. 4 years ago, with retirement on the horizon, I decided I was going to ride my bike across the United States. Kathy was on board as my ride logistics manager, and we started planning. By this time, I had switched from a diamond frame style bike to a long wheelbase recumbent platform. As I got older, comfort became more important. Recumbents were all of that and then some. I started with a home-built bike to test the concept. I loved it and rode it a lot. I then found a commercial version of this bike for sale to use on my cross-country trip. I loved my home-built, but was not going to trust it for this big ride. Adventure Cycling Association publishes bicycle cross-country maps. I chose their southern tier route, the shortest distance across the country at 3,000 miles. That would be enough of a challenge for me. Staying in hotels across the whole ride seemed dull and expensive to us. Tent camping was going to be a hassle and challenging in bad weather. After some research, we decided on a teardrop trailer. Kathy did not want to tow something large, and a small teardrop trailer fit the bill. She would book us at campgrounds with bathrooms and showers, as these small trailers had neither. I was thinking of home building a trailer. I found that commercial versions can be pricey. I looked at a lot of home-built options and was on the verge of starting to build a good-looking trailer called the Camp Easy. But a visit to Camp Inn teardrop trailers in Necedah, Wisconsin changed our minds. The build quality and clever features sold us on buying a factory-built one. About the time we were ready to order, we luckily found a beautiful pre-owned unit for sale. We quickly purchased it, and we had our trailer. We didn't have a tow vehicle yet, but found a nice pre-owned Toyota Highlander. We took the combination out camping and learned how to use the features. We loved the cozy cabin. We could sleep well, even in a driving rainstorm. A vent fan and air conditioning kept us comfy when it was too hot, and a small ceramic heater kept us warm when the weather was cold. Lots of clever storage, too. The galley was excellent for meal prep. The 2-burner propane stove and portable fridge-freezer were very functional and convenient. Kathy was gaining confidence in this setup for the trip. My kids gave me a GoPro action camera for Christmas a year ahead of the trip. I had mentioned the possibility of videoing our adventure, and now I was committed to learning how to do that. I added a second GoPro camera with accessories to my stable and decided on a filming method I could manage. I also added a satellite GPS unit so Kathy and I could communicate if I didn't have cell service. This would give us peace of mind in case I needed help in the middle of nowhere. Kathy was not going to be following me during our ride, but rather sightsee and eventually meet me at our next campground. My Garmin GPS cycling computer and traffic sensing radar taillight rounded out my bike's navigation and safety gear. About 5 months before the trip, a thought flashed into my head. Why not ride for others? If I'm putting in all this effort, why not raise some money while getting all this exercise? Perry's Ride to Help Others was born. I was the president of a local community service organization called Sunrise Exchange Club. We are part of the National Exchange Club organization, focusing on Americanism, youth programs, community service, and prevention of child abuse. We teamed up with 2 local charities, Hope Gospel Mission and Chippewa Valley Veterans Tribute, along with Immaculate Conception Parish, to launch fundraising campaigns around the ride. I made ride t-shirts with Iron On Ride and club logos, updated our website, and started promoting the fundraiser on social media and TV. My club used a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for our club activities. The other organizations already had fundraising mechanisms in place. This was a great deal of work setting up, and now we were wondering if people would be interested enough to support the ride. The goal of helping others gave us extra incentive to not give up if the going got tough. Preparations were fast and furious as our departure date approached. We used a system of bins to pack our ride needs. This turned out to be an excellent way to keep track of everything and made for convenient execution during the ride. I decided to dismantle my bike and carry it in our Highlander rather than transport it on a bike carrier. On Sunday, September 29th, we departed on a 3-day drive to San Diego, our starting point for the bike crossing. We stayed in campgrounds in Nebraska and Colorado before landing in our campground in San Diego. The next morning, I assembled the bike and got it ready for the big trip.
Right, there she is. She is about ready to roll across the country now.
We started the trip at Dog Beach, San Diego. We dipped the rear bike wheel in the Pacific Ocean surf to signify the start of this ocean-to-ocean adventure. I took the start position and did my first ride dedication. Hey, good morning. This is October 2nd, 2025. It's the first day of our Southern Tier adventure. We're going to be traveling from San Diego, California to St. Augustine, Florida. So for this first segment of the ride, I want to dedicate this ride to my lovely wife, Kathy Kuzner. Kathy, this ride is for you. All right. And here we go.
All right. Well, I'll see you in Alpine. Woohoo! Bye!
I was so excited to get going, I forgot to flip my kickstand up and turn my taillight on. Those got sorted out quickly, and I settled into the ride.
Barry just took off. I'm gonna go explore San Diego a bit and meet him in Alpine. Just looking at the beach, enjoying the waves and the surfers. Very cool place. Sailboats, big pier, close to the airport as you can hear.
Talk about a cool way to ride. You bet. We are having a good time today. Yeah. Skies are pretty clear today. Very severe clear. Again, beautiful weather. Really enjoying this. So we're having fun. Got this ride going. Man, it's been a long time. It's amazing. But here we are. About 3.5 years since I thought about making this a reality, and here it is. After tons of planning and work, adding in fundraising into the mix to help others, which I'm really happy about, and proud to represent Sunrise Exchange doing this. I think we're doing some good for the community while I'm out here getting some exercise riding from coast to coast. Anyway, I'll check back with you every so often. For now, we'll catch you later. We're off the bike trail now, onto some city streets. So, I think we're gonna be getting through downtown proper San Diego now, and I'm still working on getting my cameras to stay paired. Seems to be an issue, especially with the 13. Not sure why, but so far so good. Just keep our trucking here, and yeah. Anyway, good ride so far. Nav seems to be working fine after a erroneous start. Picked the wrong one to load, and it started loading me from Florida. I mixed those up. Anyway, I think we're good to go. We're just gonna keep on trucking now, and we'll catch up with you soon. Trying to find the trails. Once in a while I have to check back with my backup. Ride with GPS map just to make sure I'm on the right trail. That's kept me going. My Garmin, really good at telling me where I'm at, but if I get off course a little bit, not exactly sure where to go, so the ride with GPS really helps. So glad I got that fired up too. And I guess, all things being said, that'd probably be a cool thing to have on my handlebars too, but I really don't care to have my iPhone on my handlebars in case I crash. Probably wouldn't fare well for my phone. Of course, I guess if I crashed, it wouldn't fare well for anything, but anyway, it is what it is. And we're doing well. So far, so good. Got about 8 or 9 miles in. And just trucking through. Catch you later.
The trail route took me right past Mission Hills Regional Park. I decided to stop in for a break and get a photo of my bike in that setting. I then got back on the trail and passed some signage I should have stopped and read. I found out soon enough that the trail was closed.
So we hit a closed trail. How exciting, huh? Well, that's fine. We will just go around some other way, pick it up. Got a 1.25 miles to get back to the visitor center, but I don't care. Today's a shorter day anyway, so kind of fun to see all the scenery though. Wow, incredible views here. So we're excited about that, but it looks like we got pipeline going in along here, and so there's a lot of construction. They don't want people messing around in the construction zone. I don't blame them. So back we go. We'll catch up with you soon.
From there, I was on streets and roads that were well marked with bike lanes.
So this will be probably the longest climb of the day. I had some warmer uppers earlier. Weren't too bad. And the grade on this isn't too bad. I mean, it's not as bad as it could be, but I'm not into it too far yet, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, 7.5 miles is what I'm looking at here to do, and with traffic. Hopefully I can get some strong tailwinds to help me up this thing, but anyway, just thought I'd let you know. That's what we're doing. Checking later.
After a lot of climbing, the Alpine city limits sign came into view.
All right, we made it. Yeah, that was a long climb, and I didn't finish it. I still had about a mile left to go, but I was going past it. I better check and see where this is at.
And just like that, day one was in the books. I had gone just over 40 miles in 4.5 hours. We planned to stay in a hotel that evening, and the Ayers Lodge Alpine was the spot. After cleaning up, we celebrated by going next door to the Pandamachi restaurant for dinner. Their food was delicious and very satisfying after a day of cycling. What a great way to refuel! We then set up at one of the hotel's pergolas and wrote our first ride blog entry for the Crazy Guy on a Bike blog site. This production would become an everyday activity to keep our ride followers updated. Join us in episode 2 as we continue traveling across California, meeting great people, experiencing breathtaking riding, seeing awesome sights, and accidentally becoming YouTube celebrities. All on Perry and Kathy's Southern Tier Adventure.